Hey guys, MTBtrigger here, and I want to show you the best way to get better at Factory. And it's honestly the same thing that you're going to hear from anybody you ask about it. I just want to break it down because it's often a 3-word piece of advice that isn't really explained. Most people will tell you to either learn the map or learn how to clear the spawns. Learn the spawns, clear the spawns, this is the way. I mean, it is the way. I can confirm this, but I'd actually like to explore that secret and teach you how to get better at Factory while on your PMC. This video is going to be the high level about the overall strategy and setup for your character. In subsequent videos, we'll break down each of the 9 spawns. Yes, there's 9 spawns on Factory, and we'll break down each of them in their own video on how to handle that specific spawn location. So first, let's break down why you'd want to learn this strategy. Tasks are one reason. You have to go to Factory a number of times to get tasks done, and it can be frustrating if you don't know where to go or where players are coming from. Factory is a small map, but it has a lot of nuance to it. Second, and perhaps my favorite, is experience. If you kill all of the PMCs, or confirm that they have been killed on the Factory map, you open up one of the best experience farms in the game, in my opinion, farming scavs on Factory. Last is an often overlooked aspect of Factory, and that's the loot. There is great potential for high-value runs on Factory if you know what you're after. Specifically, there's a safe, 7 jackets, a number of weapon crates, 2 sets of filing cabinets, and, best of all, is the pockets and bags of the mountains of dead scavs we are going to create. So, next let's talk about some of the utility items I recommend that you take with you into Factory. First, you need to get your hands on a Factory key. It allows access to 2 additional Exfil sites, the Gate 0 Exfil and the Cellar Exfil. It also opens a door with an additional jacket in the office hallway. So not only does it provide additional loot, but can also provide an often overlooked nook that can change the battle in the office hallway. Next is Propital, the yellow-colored stim. This stimulant gives you a pain-killing effect and heals 1 hit point per second. You will take damage, you will break limbs, and this healing effect is fantastic if you need to continue fighting, or you need to heal while you're repairing broken or blacked out limbs. Now, another stim that's more in the optional land, not quite required, is the ETG, or the green-colored stimulant. This one heals for 6.5 hit points per second, and the downside, a significant energy loss over time, shouldn't really come into play because it is a short time limit map. And if you're alive, you should be within a few seconds of an exfil. Again, it's nice to have, but not required. It can really save you if you come across a multiple PMC fight though. The last one is the face shield. I saved this one for last because it's kind of controversial, but I would borderline put it at required. This single piece of equipment has saved me dozens of times from both PMCs and scavs shooting low penetration and high flesh damage rounds or shells. Many players scav into Factory, so once you can afford it, I highly suggest wearing a face shield to protect your face in the mid-game when players start to scav in. Alright, so let's talk about clearing the spawns. The reason I like the phrase clearing the spawns is because it refers to eliminating where other players can be with the ultimate goal of eliminating the possibility of other PMCs being on the map, aka killing everyone so you can farm. I take this quite literally, making sure to kill whoever is there or clear it and move on to the next. My number 1 rule of farming Factory, which I often forget: if I can't safely or reasonably clear a spawn or section of the Factory map for any reason, I will hold down my area and try to create a safe farming lane, or leave and reset because surviving is more important for experience and long-term currency gain than anything else. There is nothing wrong with a mulligan on factory. Next, you need to quickly identify where you are and then work through the progression. Which spawns, meaning which other points around me can a PMC potentially have spawned into? Pick your strategy. Are you going to full W key? Are you going to hold your shift key and sprint at them? Are you going to sneak up? Are you going to get a vertical advantage? We're going to cover all of those in their own specific spawn videos. The biggest trick for factory is making a quick decision about this in the first second or two after spawning. And then you need to be flexible based on the information you gather, keeping in mind that you need to figure out where you are and make a playstyle choice fast. Aggression can be rewarded on factory, but it is risky. Personally, I use a combination of quick and early movement for positioning, and then strategically take fights. You can also sit still upon spawning, use audio, especially if you're in one of the spawns that has other PMCs on both sides. Ultimately, testing out a number of playstyles is going to be beneficial because as you learn the ins and outs of factory, you may find yourself needing to change strategy mid-round or even mid-fight as you play more and more. Alright, that's it. Sounds simple, right? I can promise you it is simple to say, but it is not easy in practice. Check out the next videos for each specific spawn point and breakdown. We'll see you there.